Hey, hello. Hi, everyone. So once again, I welcome you to our this free webinar series. And this is the fourth webinar. So we are exploring the LangFlow. And today we are going to work upon something which we call as a custom component. Now, this custom component creation is going to give you the superpower, what we can call this, so that you can even create your custom tools, custom nodes. And that's what the entire power we will look in today. And then we will utilize this power to near future for achieving our solar stock flow work. So without any further delay, I'll start sharing my screen and we will open our Docker the way we have installed the LangFlow and we will go with the flow. So I hope you guys are able to see my screen. I'll quickly open the Docker desktop. Once the Docker desktop is up like this, okay, we will go to the LangFlow and we'll click it on start. And we'll click over here. So it will take a few seconds to start out. So let's wait for that time. Okay, so it started. So we'll go to the same thing, YT webinars. And what we'll do is we'll start looking for the this creation of this components. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll create a new flow and we'll go from the scratch. Now, I hope you are able to see this screen. You guys would have reached till here. I'll just zoom in again. So if you see, they already have provided the lots of components, correct? But now they have come up with the new custom component part. I'll quickly click over here. Now you see here, it says that there is an input value which says hello world and something is output. Let's run this individual part. The moment I'll open this, you will see it's giving a text as an output, okay, which is like in the form of a JSON. So we can see this output. Now what we will do is we'll create an input chat component or not chat. Let's try it out with the text now so that we can just run it. So I'll click it and now here I'll say, hi, welcome to your Netra. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll quickly run it. You see that both the components has run. Now the moment you click on this output, you see we got a value. Hi, welcome to Gyan Netra. So they have built up a very small block which represents that how your input and output things will be showcased over here and will be like how you can display it there. Now let's understand. Okay. So suppose I want a tool. Okay. And let's take an example, the sum with bias. Okay. So suppose if someone give me a comma b, I want an output of a plus b plus 1 as an output. Now, if I use any internal sum function, it will directly provide me a plus b on. Okay, this is what I'm just taking as an example. Okay, sometime we may be needing some tool, some custom tool which should work as per our convenience. So we'll quickly go there, and this is what is our motive today to build a custom tool and test it out. Okay, now you see that what we are giving is coming as an output. Now let's come with a chat output. Okay, I'll connect this output to this. And now I will also move it to the chat input. So this is my chat input. Okay. So now if I open the playground and if I send it a hi, so ideally it didn't reset anything. Okay. It says the message is empty. Now, why the message is empty? If you see the output, it's showing. So the output is not in the form of the message. Okay, it's in the form of input type, data, data frame, and messages. But the output coming is as a kind of a JSON. Okay, so let's see what we have for JSON. Parse. And then let's see, we have the parser. Great. Now let's try it out. Does it work or not? Wait. I'll give it as a data. Okay. And this is the parse text. Now let's try it out. If I say hi, how are you? Yeah, I'll quickly copy it. Maybe we have to use it again and again. Now you see that it gives you an error that there is a detail related to text. An error occurred at the parse component, stopping your flow. Okay. Now let's check what happened. If I'll go to here, it will give you the lot of error that there is an issue with the text. There is a key error text. Now, what is the key error? Key error means the value. We need to just replace that with the value. Okay. So we'll say the value part we need to extend. Now let's run this component. It runs successfully. The output also runs successfully. Now what we'll do is we'll go to new channel, pass it, and we'll send it. Now see, we got the text as hi, how are you? Now also if you want to remove this text, we can remove this thing so that it gives you the pure output. Hi, how are you? And we got hi, how are you as an output. So what we are doing is we are parsing that dictionary in the form of what key we want to extract out of it. And based on this key, we are getting our final output. So that's how you can create an entire custom component. Okay. Now let's go and jump how we can change this component part. So if you will hover on it, you will see there is a code part. Now you see code. Okay. Right now it looks like this. So this is the class of component. Okay. Don't be so worried about it. We just need to take care of two things. Okay. First thing is the input and second thing is this function. Okay. Now it is also very easy. Whatever things we are only defining. Now if you see the message text input. So if you go here onto the second line, which represents the IO. Okay. So this IO means input and output. If you go and click there, suppose in input input. Okay. And let's keep it there. And also the schema from LangFlow dot output import message. Okay, let's just check it. So what error are we getting? Okay, let's remove the message for a while now. Let's check it. Okay, so this is working now, correct? So we'll just jump to the code again. So we have inputted the input type. Okay. Now what I'll do is this is a message text. Let it be there. I'm just entering here the same thing two times. And instead of message text, I'm creating it with the int input type. Int input type. Okay. And now I'll say that input number one. Okay. And the same way we will say input number two. So this is the internal name. Now this is the display name. So we'll say input number. Okay. And same thing. So same thing. We will ask them to enter here. Now this is a custom component input, custom component input. Okay. So by default value, I don't want to give any by default value. So we'll just remove it and we'll save it. So I'll just save it. Now if you see, it says that input numbers and it gives in the form of the number input. Okay, now let's go to the control again. So we both gave as a number one and number one. That's why it's just number one and two. So now you see we got two numbers. We have entry for the two input numbers now. Okay, now again we'll go to the code. Now you see what type of value we are fetching. That's also a point. Okay, so here data becomes the data type, this thing. Instead of that, what we will do is we'll say this value is actually the sum of two values in num1. Sorry, num1 plus num2, and that will come as an output. So now let me give it as 5 and 4. Run it. Let's check output. If the value is high, however, still. Wait, let's go and check it out. System input value has been replaced. Input number one, input number two. The output come as a 10. Okay. Now how 5 plus 4 is returning as a 10? Let's go and debug it. So we added 1 with 1 only. 1 with 2 should be added. Now if you run it, you see we got the value 9. And now if you go to the playground, we have already created it in such a way. So this input we don't require now. The input ideally doesn't hold any value. So it doesn't matter. We'll just go and say run value. And we got the 9. And this is AR parser. Okay. Now suppose if you wanted to build something which gives you one extra. So what we will do, this is the value, the 1 plus 2, here I'll add plus 1. Okay, save. Now you see we are putting 5 and 4, and the moment we will run, we'll get the 10 value. Look, we got the 10, 10. Okay, so that's how what we can do is we can always create the custom functions what we need it for. Now, suppose I wanted to use it as a tool. So we have given it like tool mode true, tool mode true. What I'll do is I'll just remove this input text part. Okay. And description and display name I'll make it like the sum with bias. Okay. Use this tool to calculate sum with bias. Okay. And what I'll do is I'll save it now. So now you see it says sum with bias. And if I turn on the tool mode, you see both the input numbers are not visible now. Now let's try it out one thing. I'll remove this part. Okay. And even chat output is okay. What we'll do is now we'll bring the chat input. Okay. It's the chat input. That's something else. Now let's call an agent. Okay. So agent is here. We'll say the custom model. Then we'll go to the models and we'll bring what? Olama. Okay. So Olama, I'll quickly put the localhost colon 11434. That's an issue set assuming like this. Okay. Once I'll refresh it, it has the model. We'll go with the Llama 3.2 latest model. Okay. And simple keyboard software. And I'll connect it with the language model. Tool, I will give this as a tool input. Then now, think we have inputted, yeah, so my chat input, and this should be my chat output. Okay. Now let's try it out something. We say that what is sum of 2 comma 3? I hope it's visible now. Let's see what is sum of 2 comma 3. What was running? It's taking so much time. It's taking so much time. That's happening at the agent level only. Okay, sum of something. Okay, the sum of 2 comma 3 is 5. Okay, and it doesn't use any of the other tools. Now, let's see. I asked the same question again. Why is this happening? Seems like that. Yes. Okay. Yes. So we're working here. Um, I don't know why the space bar is stuck or something. Shit. Okay. I will use my PC's keyboard. Sorry for the disturbance. So what is the sum of bias? 2 comma 3. Input message forward. Wait, some with bias. Okay. So now let's see if you can fetch it out. What is some with bias for um, what I'll do is I'll just put them in a no, scope. Now let's see that how okay it's going with a custom component. Now 2 comma 3 the sum is 5 but being either 1 or 4 so 4 or 6. Let's see. Let's send 2 and 3 and it calls the value 6. Okay. So now it's saying that like what we are doing is we are doing with a bias that can be plus 1 or minus 1 than the true average cases. And that's why like so the technical it should be 5 but the bias towards being it's a bit too high. So due to the nature of consecutive integers. But the idea is like it's fetching that. Correct? Now in similar fashion, okay, wait, let me just check my keyboard again. Okay. What is some of the format ready? And then this one should be the fastest now. Okay, so 2,3 is swipe and okay, it also used the tool for that for now. But the idea now is like if we go and let's go to the google.com and go with the Y Finance API. So the first thing is Y Finance. So this was pip install Y Finance. Okay, what we are going to do is now go to the Docker, go to the LangFlow, and the moment you will go here to exec, okay, then service, So this is related to data and DB. Let's go to the files also. So the app has .venv. So what we will do is we'll say series less app. Okay. Now let's this is lf. This is data and this is .venv. Okay. So let's try ls hyphen la. So it shows the hidden values also since the .venv. So let's activate. We um, activate. Okay, so permission denied. Let's go to the file and check it. This has been, this has activate. The idea is to that after activating this, we need to install the Python, like one library in this, which is Wi-Finance. Okay, so let's see. Let's just go and check in the library. We have that. Yeah. So these are the side packages installed. Let's look at the Y. So Y Finance, yes, the Y Finance is installed there. Okay. So now what we can do is let's first try it out something else. So I'll quickly create uh, a new window. Okay. And I'll create a small function over there. So I'll quickly, well, I'll open the demo. It has a lot of my files. So I'll quickly close the, okay. I'll quickly create a new file called main.py. Okay. So what we are doing is we are just creating a function right now. Okay. Now how this function works. So that too, what I'll do is I'll just do the copy paste. Okay. It says pip install yfinance. I pasted it and I installed. Let it get installed. Now after that, it's showing that they have the documentation and we can use the documentation. So here, the documentation is live over here. So they say that import it and this becomes my dead. Okay. Now let's try it out. Python main.py. That's already my bad. It's Python main.py. It runs successfully. No issues so far. So now what are we going to do is we'll ask that dot info. So print that dot info. Now run the Python main again. So you see, we got some sort of information from this related to this Microsoft company. Okay, this represents like their addresses, city, state, zip code, country, the software infrastructure. Okay, what type of industry is. So let's select the industry only and right, the moment I run, I'll get the industry name. It's the software infrastructure. Okay, so what are we going to do is now we'll go to the long flow. So we'll go here and we'll edit this part. We'll say that we'll get a message text input. Okay, that too will be the stop symbol. Okay, display name. It's again stop symbol. Now what info? Custom component input. That's true. It's true. That's true. I just need one input. Okay. Now use this tool to find the info of Mm, describe center component. Okay. So this is what is the description. Info of yeah, describe component. Now this is fine. This is fine. Now this is what is my name now. So what I'm gonna do is I'll quickly enter here. The first thing what we did is we imported one line. I'll import it here. Then we say that we use this as a DAT. So I'll come here and I'll put it here as a DAT. Now instead of this, we'll do the self dot stock symbol. Okay. And this should give it this part. Now new info well industry name. This will come instead of this value. And I hope it should work. Now let's see. Let's go to play. Okay. Let's try it now with share the control of stop symbol. Yes, I think it's correct. MSFP. Okay. Let's try it out with an easy way. Okay, it's going to the custom component build. That's what we wanted to see. Will it work? Message expecting a value. It's too many requests come. So MSFP went there, but the output was not clear. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll have to check it out. Why isn't it working? So we have various tools here to check it out. We also have a Python rebuild tool. Okay. So it says that global imports. So I want to import finance. And the code I want to test is okay. Mhm. This print for it. It should run. Let's see. It run. YF is not defined. Right? Instead of this also I'll put it in the code. If we're missing global import, let's import the numpy. Then you can find unsuccessfully. Expecting value line 1 column 1 character 0, but we didn't get anything. Okay, so the point is somehow this library doesn't seem supporting this line. So let's check something else. Okay, do we also have the installer? So no, okay. So let's see. What I'll do is I'll import this. Okay, and we have the way. So using that way, what we can do is we can actually run a command in Linux. Okay, so I'll just let's search for that using OS run command line using Python executing the shell commands, and it's like import suppose using os.system and then run your os.system. So what we'll quickly do is I'll go to the LangFlow. I'll say os.system, and instead of this echo and all, I'll say pip install y minus. Okay, so the line which we copied from Just pip install right now. Okay. Copy it over there. Check and save. Now we'll say run it. Let's see what happens. Running component. Okay. So it's actually installing, so it may take a time. And this result is of the old one because the new one is still running. Okay. Let's wait. Because once if it is installed successfully, then I think it would be easiest for us to use this library here. So I think it's the Python reverse tool. Let's go to the result. No results, log, no logs. So I hope it's installed correctly. What I'll do is I'll quickly go to the controls and I'll give it the MSFT software. And let's run it out. Let's see what it is. Actually, go to the tool. Okay, the LangFlow.html was so the function is okay. Okay, so it's not giving the any error. So let's go ahead and try it out again. Okay, we'll go to the new panel, paste it, and send it. Now let's wait and see. Okay, it's again accessing the components. But yeah, somehow this Y finance is not working, although we have installed it over here. Now let's try that Python triple again. That does this code provide us the output or not? So we'll go to the tool. Let's go for Python triple. Open it. So VS Code. So copy on the screen. Check and see and run it. So it should give the answer. Okay. So it's run. Now output. Let me try it again. Running component. Do it successfully. The result. Okay, it's still not getting some result. Not like we are getting the errors over here. Successfully imported module. Code execution completed successfully. Then what was the error? So somehow maybe it's the conflict of this libraries or what. I'm not sure yet. Let's see. Just try it out. The output is still not there. Let's try some other code. Let's try some other code. What I'll do is I'll just say print to cross. Okay, let's check it out. It gives you the result 5. Okay, now somehow definition batch info stop symbol. Okay, I'll say return hello. I'll say batch info safety. Let's run it out. Okay, it's just returning. It didn't print it that. Wait a minute. So what we will do is we'll say the moment it's returning instead of that. Right. Okay, no need to return, you just execute it. And we got the hello as an output. Now, if I say again, sorry, if we again go to here and I say 62.4 yeah, let's run it. It's still giving the output, so no issue in the importing of that library. The library is getting imported successfully. Now let's go to the next line. EAT, YTT, the MSFT. Check and save. Now what I do is I it. See. Name error name YF is not defined. YF is not defined. Its name. Weapons is not defined. So the result is still yfinance.ticker.object. Okay. So this time I think it worked. So now we were looking for that, and what was the next one? EAT.info. Okay, now then, let's go to the result. It's again the same thing. Finance. Maybe the result of Bitcoin is it's an issue. So then enter the history. Again the same thing. So the individual libraries were doing okay. So what's the individual? Scripting will be 9 the characters as windows. Characters. Hello, and then it's taking it's a yfinance.ticker object. I'm acceptable. Wait. Okay, so let's see. Maybe it's an updated one and it's not giving the output. Let's try some old code. Action redundancies place. Now we are not looking for the thing. Okay, so this is what we are getting. Okay, so we are getting this thing as well. It's represented like that. So, because it also provides the historical values. Let's try it out. Does it work or not? We'll get to know. Go to the sorry. We'll go over here. We have the date. What we're gonna do is see string brackets t. This will make D18, and this is what will make the line of 5 month of 4 starting from 2. Okay, that's again 5 month of 4. Okay, 07. It's fine. Hello, and then there is something to print, which is actually story. Let's see. Does it provide or what does it do? Okay, the color run successfully recognized. So it's giving the data frame, but the values are not there. Okay, so it's giving output as a data frame, but the values are not there. Well, let's go there. Let's go to this page and let's see how we can transfer info. info, apple.info, OPE. Okay. But this is what it's not returning, right? Let's try it out this time. The code word. Yeah. Okay. Same. Same. So the point is like it's fetching, but it's not getting the answer. Um, you see that it's actually fetching that object dot info. So info is actually working and it created the entire data frame using that. So that's all. Like if you are, I think it's now depending on to the API because it's sharing the structure, but it's not sharing the output values. So similar fashion, there is one more thing. I think they have the DuckDuck search tool. So using DuckDuck search tool, you can make a one searching tool. If you want, you can make some tools, more interesting tools like, so I'll show you. So suppose if I go to the code part and this is the message input, correct? We'll say that use this tool to reverse the text. Okay. Now using the reverse text mechanism, what you can do is like it's very easy. What input you are getting, like into this document, just say it as a sentence. Okay. Now what are we gonna do is this is what is my sentence. I stored it into the DAT. Now what I'll do is I'll just say that better you do this DAT with colon minus one. Okay. So it's a very, very simple thing. Let's just go and check it out. Use this tool to reverse the text. Go to the playground. I'll open the menu. Reverse the text. Hi, my name is. Okay. Okay, it executed the component. My name is Kapil and this is what I got. Hi, my name is Kapil. Okay, so that's how like you can build this custom tool and you can do anything with this. Okay, so the possibilities are immense. Like you may be having some code which is required specifically for your domain, for your this use case, for your industry, or maybe of your company. So you can create those custom components and you can use them in this Langflow. Definitely, like this Y Finance wasn't working that correct. So it's working, it's actually not working with the Langflow right now. Maybe some issue with their library or the output structure. So let's see. I don't know like which library was installed there. So we tried other things and that actually worked. So you see that how we can make use of it. You can make use of it into the tools, non-tools. Okay. So even with the tools, now you got it, like how you can make your own custom component, use it individually with the parser component because the output comes as an JSON. And if you don't want it to be working as an individual component, you can create it as a tool. So the custom tool can be made and connected with the agents to make use of it. So I hope you guys would have liked this thing. And this actually opens the immense possibilities, like whatever the type of things you wanted to build, you can build actually. So that's it for the day. I hope you guys would like it and feel free to reach out to us. That's it for the day. Uh, that's it, buddy. And share this with like your team member or maybe the concerned people who may get benefited out of it. So that's it. Bye. Thank you so much.